Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Sorry it's been long awaited. I am in Italy and so far the first week it's been a little hectic just because I keep getting lost and it's the language barrier, so I still need to adjust. I'm gonna be out here for 2 months, but still it's just a little frustrating, but I think I'll get through it because today I end up getting lost for like 5 hours. Don't ask. I'm telling you, it was event after event. Every time I thought I was gonna like make it back, it was a no. But in hindsight, I'm kind of glad that it happened because I needed to figure out how to get my way back to where I was, if that made any sense. Like metaphorically speaking, anything like I just found myself in a place, an unknown foreign place where I didn't know where I was going, but I had to like think strategically. It's like, okay, where did I begin and how do I get back to that beginning so I can, you know, should go back to the apartment or even metaphorically speaking, like so I can look back as to why I started this journey, why I did what I did. So I was able to turn it around and not necessarily like get mad or just upset about it. Yes, I was frustrated, but surprisingly, I was kind of calm the whole time. Although I was walking for like hours and hours and I felt like my body was just gonna like fall apart. But eventually I made it back. It's good for, I'm glad that that happened because at the end of the day, I knew I was protected. Like nobody was like acting weird or looking at me strangely to make me uncomfortable, like where I feel like I was in danger. It was just random people. I mean, they do stare out here, but it's nothing like to make me feel like, oh my God, that person's probably gonna hurt me. But it just, it's a little uncomfortable, sometimes. But um, yeah, I'm just kind of glad that it happened because I ended up finding my way back. So basically that. Then the other day, I ended up throwing up because I ate something that made my stomach upset. So got sick from that. Ended up coming back here, laying in the bed all day because my stomach. Even this morning, my stomach was hurting. And the thing is, I only ate twice this morning. I mean, twice today. I ate in the morning and then I ate around 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, because I ended up getting lost for hours and hours. I didn't eat anything. I'm surprised I didn't throw up then. So yeah, this week has been a little rocky. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's not all bad. There's always a tomorrow, which is cool. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of it's a lot. I still need to learn how to acclimate to the schedule out here, especially the sleeping schedule, because I just slept for like 6 hours. Like I literally slept for, because I think, hold on. Yeah, like 5 or 6 hours. I just took a nap, so I wake up at the wrong time. I think I'll go back to sleep in a little after this. I just needed to find time to record for these videos, and I still haven't done a thing for my podcast. I was gonna do earlier, but then I ended up getting lost. So yeah, and then the thing with my vlog, it's coming along, but not how I want it to be because vlogging is a lot harder than I expected it to be, and yeah. Again, I'm trying to make sure I'm acclimating well. So then once I feel like comfortable with walking certain places and not necessarily having to use a GPS 100% of the time, because when I was in London, the same thing happened. Like maybe after the first week and a half, we kept walking to the same places, getting on the same trains to here and there. Then I was able to sometimes, yes, use my GPS to get there, but there were a lot of times where I didn't need to use it to get back. I knew where I was going and I could walk places most time by myself and not be scared that something was going to happen to me, because most of the time people are so unbothered out there. Like sometimes we like to think, oh, somebody's going to kidnap me, but dude, nobody's worrying about that shit. Like I have not had a bad experience when I was in London. I haven't had one here. So I'm not even gonna try to put that out there. I don't believe that I'm going to be any type of danger out here. Everybody seems to be cool. I mean, yes, they stare, but the staff here told us that that's what they do. I mean, they did that in London as well, so I'm not really surprised that they do that here. So plus, I've seen black women out here, but not a lot. Or maybe I'm just not in the area where there's mostly black women or men. I don't know. But yeah, I think I just need to acclimate and be more comfortable using my vlog. I have to make sure that my phone is fully charged next time I do that, because again, for this first week, I'm not trying to sit around here and get lost again. And plus, I have a new SIM card, so if I even forget the passcode, my phone will lock, and I can't even use any type of like connection or network. So yeah. So and also my podcast is coming along as well. I'm gonna record that after this. Yeah. So I'm gonna record that after this one. But again, I'm so happy to talk to you guys. Disclaimer, we haven't really been anywhere like with like landmarks. I went shopping today, like this morning, and I was able to get videos and stuff. But I was kind of like on a time schedule, so I had to get back to a certain place at a certain time. So I wasn't really able to enjoy myself or take pictures. I just wanted to shop a little bit so I can have more clothes out here. But yeah. So plus the area I'm in, if I'm being honest with y'all, Milan is kind of dirty. I mean, a lot of big cities are dirty. They just are. It's dirty out here, and there's a lot of graffiti everywhere. It doesn't like make Milan ugly or anything. It's just there's like a lot of graffiti everywhere, and the buildings it looks. Oh shit! Excuse me. It kind of reminds me of like downtown Fort Worth, or like not necessarily downtown Fort Worth to a T, but like other cities. Like, you know, it just looks normal out here, if that makes any sense. It doesn't look how I imagined it would be. I don't know why I thought it was going to be something like completely different, but I think that's when we go on the trips and like to those landmarks, that's when shit gets different. We can take pictures, but other than that, yeah. And I need to buy sunglasses, by the way. But okay, yeah, let's get started. I don't want to waste too much time. Hopefully y'all are able to see, because I have a new like selfie stick, but the selfie stick, you can see it's like getting in the way. I don't know. It's a lot going on, but it's okay. So I'm gonna do this reading different, because in the past I said the past, present energy, and then I said this year. Like I kept switching back and forth. I kept reading from the past energy that who had a past energy who didn't see themselves here, but they were here, and the people who were in a present energy who was here but want to be here. It's like it was kind of confusing me, and I kind of wanted for it to be more simple. So if you see yourself in this energy right here, whether you consider your past or your present, whatever, then great. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you see yourself here, then great. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So I just want y'all to use y'all own discernment as to where y'all see yourselves in this energy, and not necessarily where I'm pointing it out, if that makes any sense. Because at the end of the day, your energy is fickle. It's not necessarily always going to be stable. So there will be times where you could be moving into this energy from this energy. So wherever you see yourself on the spectrum, definitely take it if it resonates. But if it doesn't, then just then it's not your reading, which is completely fine. You know, it's not always going to be somebody's reading. So let's get started. So I just said what the spirit want the collective to know. Let me see if y'all can get it full. So look, when I did y'all's first hexagram, I got 3 changing lines, and I was like, damn, I got 3 changing lines. So the second changing line was your heart's perception. 3 was transition and action. And I love how it's in order, because 2, 3, 4. So it's like, depending on how this reading goes, what I can tell right now is something in your heart's perception, like your heart centers, like you're not in touch with it. You're not really doing anything that is true to who you are, your authentic self, which, and then in fact will actually, what was I gonna say? Kind of mess up the energy in your heart chakra. Like you're not going to be balanced in the area, so you won't really be in tune with the world around you in an authentic place, or from an authentic perception. But instead, you're going to be living your life out the way other people believe that it should be, or from society standards or anything. And then 3 is, I guess, once your heart's perception I guess once it changes, or once you're able to find that healthy balance within yourself that actually works for you, then you're able to transition into a newer energy. And then once you're able to transition to a new energy and you see yourself moving forward in that energy, then the third one is you'll be able to take action on it. You're able to actually see where you are right now and where you would like to go, and everything else that follows afterwards will be tangible goals that you will be able to meet and be able to continue to move forward from. And you won't have as much strife or just a lot of setbacks because it's coming from a heart-centered place. So you guys had 24, and then the other one was 34. I like how there's like a 10 difference, like 24 and 34. But yeah. So let's get into it. Let me get some water first. Bro, let me tell y'all what happened. So look at this water. Out here they got a lot of like sparkling water, and long story short, I don't drink sparkling water, so I don't know what to look for when there is sparkling water in my face, like the label. And I kept getting sparkling water thinking it's regular water. I'm telling you, I was so pissed off like the first day or two here, because I was like, I need fucking water. I don't need this sparkling water. I need water. Tell me why when I went to the store and I found regular water, I was so happy. Like, I have never been so happy in my entire life. Like, to drink regular fucking water. Like, I was happy. Okay, yeah, let's get started. So today, y'all have card number 24. Hopefully y'all can see this. So it's called Returning. And okay, so let's read the back. I'm trying to, the way I have this camera is kind of like weird. So I gotta kind of like tilt my head up a little bit just to see it. It says your journey leads you out and home again in a two-way flow of creation to revitalize and restore. Traveling companions walk alongside you for a while, but if meant to be there, they will never steer you off your path, especially with an oversearching direction and purpose to guide you. What is beginning to germinate, I think? How can you follow your sense of direction more closely? Where might the path lead now? Oh, remember what I said about the changing lines? About how it's the 2, 3, and 4 hearts, perception, transition, and action. How I told y'all how if you were to lead your life in a more heart-centered place and you felt balance within yourself when it comes to your heart's chakra or your heart's perception, that you were able to have tangible goals and you're able to follow it like one after the other without having so much obstacles or you standing in your own way. I really like how that resonates. So let me turn this card over. And let me get the book out. But I really like how that says, it's like whether you see yourself in this energy right now or not, it says that your journey right now is leading you back to your heart center. And your heart center doesn't have to necessarily be your heart chakra. It can be something that you are passionate about. It can be back to a loved one, or back to a home or a place that you resonate with more. It can be back to anything that you actually resonate with. So it's like you're returning back to that place. And it really depends on where, like, how you see yourself returning back to that. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see this. So it says let me try not to read this. Every time, I'm gonna read it anyway, because every time I say I don't read it, then I end up reading it. Your journey leads you out and home again through the turning points on your way. Vigor and authenticity return in the still moments of those turning points. Life regenerates from the roots and light returns. By constantly to inform your source, you participate in a two-way flow of creation. You go out and rediscover your own way. You return through an open door at home and relationships. This is a living motion, like breathing, that revitalizes and restores, relaxed and spacious. It allows time for the path's natural meanderings, never creating resistance. Bruh, didn't I just say that before I even started this reading? Look, intuition is on 10. Like I said, how once you're able to return to that place that feels natural to you, that's authentic, because it said here, like, Where did it say authenticity? Like vigor and authenticity return in still moments of those turning points. It's like once you live like from your authentic self, and I feel like this reading is speaking to me as well. So it's like once you connect with your authentic self in a way that's comfortable for you, where you can show up in a way that you feel like you're able to live your life out authentically, and you're able to project that positivity onto other people. It's like you're returning, you're able to truly return to your divine path, the path that's actually meant for you, the path that's natural, that you won't have any pain or too much resistance, or you won't even stand in your own way when it comes to getting what you want. Because it allows time for the past natural meanderings, never creating resistance. It's like once your energy is basically balanced, now your energy is never going to be 100% balanced. If I'm being honest, this is how I feel personally, just because we live in a world where we have to respond to certain things, and sometimes we end up reacting. We react from our ego, and there are times where our vibration will get low and our chakras will be out of balance, just because we always need to have to acclimate to certain challenges and things in our life. Now, that doesn't mean that life is always going to be hard. It just means that that's what life is about. Like we go through things. We all have to learn how to adjust to situations so we can connect with ourselves and be a better version of ourselves. So, yeah, I really like that. It says, since you are in motion, helpers of all kinds come. Traveling companions who walk alongside you for a while. If someone is meant to be with you, you will never need to leave your path to chase after them. Let me read the whole thing and then I'll say what I need to say. Just as any road can be traveled in two directions, your path also leads both out and back again. And so in the fullness of time where it comes a moment to turn around. Wait, let me read that again. I'm telling y'all, that shit resonates with me. So, hold on, wait. Look, just as any road can be traveled in two directions, your path always leads both out and back again. So in the fullness of time, there comes a moment to turn around. Remember what I said earlier? It wasn't even about these cars where I said that I was lost today, and how I had to think strategically about where I came from, like the beginning of my trip that day, and how it allowed me to find my way back home. Because I'm telling y'all, I ended up getting off on the wrong train, but the train stop that I got off on earlier that day, I ended up getting off of that one on accident. But I knew that I was close to the apartment though, but I couldn't remember which way the train came from. So what I did was I kept sticking around that train. Although I kept getting on other trains, I ended up going back to that same place. And the thing about me going back there, I ended up getting on there's a train that I recognized. Like they told us there's a certain train that you should get on. And when I recognized that fucking train, let me tell you, I hopped my ass on there eventually and ended up getting back to where I needed to be. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? Like how it literally just said that. Through all this going and coming and starting fresh, it is good to have an overreaching direction and purpose to guide you. The quality of returning is alive, growing, and dynamic. A good time to rediscover your own deepest intent and its harmony with the Tao. Okay, so yeah, I just love how that is. It's like there's a time where like it comes a moment to turn around, like return back to your heart center, return back to a place where you resonate, where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you're not necessarily stagnant, but you continue to grow and move forward. Sometimes we have to return home to our heart center. Sometimes we have to return home to our inner child, like our higher self, all of that. We have to return back to that in order to lead an authentic life. And you see how it talks about helpers of all kinds come. So when your energy is balanced, you'll be able to attract like-minded individuals. So you will be able to know these individuals from the people that are not meant to be on your path. So for example, if you have certain friendships or people that try to come back, but you do remember a time where when you were friends with them, you weren't living yourself out authentically. You weren't really able to connect with them like on a deeper level. You felt like it was surface level. Y'all were always getting into drama, just some bullshit that just kept happening. And But then when you continue to walk on your divine path, when you became in alignment with your true authentic self, you were able to align yourself with people that you felt like the relationship was effortless. Like you didn't have to continue to try so hard to continue to be friends with these people. Y'all didn't necessarily have petty arguments all the time. Like it was just effortless. It flowed. It was fluidity, like in and out these relationships. And this is what it's saying. It's like people are going to come on your path, and some of these are going to help you. These people are going to help push you forward to your divine purpose or whatever that is. Or they're just going to stay there. Sometimes they may just leave. They don't necessarily have to stay there the whole entire time. Sometimes you'll have certain reactions or interactions with people that will help you along your way, and they could just say one thing or say another, and it resonates or it just clicks with you. So be mindful that the people that's coming into your vicinity. So if you see that there's people around you that you feel like you don't resonate with, then resonate with people that do. So that means that get in alignment with yourself, resonate with yourself on a level or just in a way that you'll be able to attract like-minded individuals such as yourself. So for example, me, I love like deep thinking. Not all the time. I don't have to think deeply or, get into that mindset, but it would be nice to have relationships or dynamics in my life that I'm able to have conversations like that. It's nothing surface level. We're not always talking about celebrities or who did this and this and that. We're talking about improving ourselves. We're talking about being on our divine path. We're talking about continuing to push forward and live our lives in a way that serves us and not serve other people. It's just a lot of things that will really come into fruition when you become in alignment with your divine path. And it's not to say that your divine path will have challenges. It will, because growth is not linear, but you'll still be on that path, and you won't feel like you're not at home. So you'll feel like you're returning back to source. So let me do the changing lines, and then I'm gonna get to the next part. So I don't know if I can see this really well. Probably not. I'm gonna just read hold on. Maybe y'all can see number 2. So y'all had 2, 3, and 4. So it's on this whole page right here. Let me try to put it down. Yeah. So 2 is rest and return. So remember, line 2 is your heart. You don't need to make anything happen now. You can take time to breathe and bring your energy back to your roots. Nothing will be lost. You will recover a sense of your own strength and autonomy. So this basically saying, like, especially from your heart's perception, some of y'all out there may feel like you're lost. Like, remember I told you I felt like I was lost, but I really wasn't lost. Like, metaphorically speaking, I really wasn't lost. I was like in a place, yes, that was foreign to me, but also I needed to start to think strategically about where I came from, about the beginning of my trip, so I can find my way back there, because I wasn't lost, like metaphorically, but physically, yes, I was lost. I was frustrated. I love how I can talk about the two in a metaphorical way and like an actual reality. Like it still aligns with each other. It's like, because it says you can take your time to breathe and bring your energy back to your roots. It's like, when you're connected with your heart center, or a lot of your chakras, you feel like they're balanced. It's like you won't feel like you need to rush into anything. So I feel like some of y'all feel like I need to rush to do something, or you really need to rush to find out this type of news or that. It's like, take your time and breathe and relax. Allow the divine to orchestrate things on your behalf, and allow them to bring things in that actually resonate with you and that works for you. Because if you're rushing the divine, you're just rushing yourself, then that means that you're acting out of ego, and that your ego or your subconscious will then attract things that no longer resonates with you in your life, and you will continue to attract those things, and it will mess up your energy and your chakras, and then you will no longer be in balance with yourself, or even just the world around you, and it won't be effortless anymore. And then you will start attracting people who are impatient, people who who don't align with you, people who are toxic or, whatever, what have you. So it's asking you right now to take your time and breathe and bring your energy back to your roots. And also when you take your time and breathe, you're able to think clearly. You're not necessarily all over the place. You're able to truly take a deep breath, breathe, and to really look at your surroundings and see where you are right now and see where you would like to be. So then you can be in alignment with whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your life. It says you don't need to make anything happen right now. So basically, it's basically saying like, stop trying so hard to make certain things occur. That just know that whoever you are, know that you are where you are right now because you need to be here. And that goes for me as well. I need to take that advice. It's like, stop trying to make things happen. Like sometimes we like to be fortune tellers for ourselves and say, oh, I think this is going to happen because I have a feeling, which I do this all the time. And sometimes you're not wrong. Your intuition is not wrong. But the divine is basically telling you, like, they want you to trust them and trust the process, because when you're trying to predict the future for your own actions or how things will play out, you're not allowing the divine to bring in things that's actually for you. Okay, so number 3 is transition. So remember, once you're able to take a deep breath and relax, you're able to transition into something. It says the road is not a smooth one. There are constant distractions, interruptions, and setbacks, so that you never quite gather enough momentum for steady progress. Yet you keep on coming back, covering the same ground and gravitating towards the same place. The danger here lies less in the traveling to and from than in the deep-seated anxieties this can awaken. You see meaning only in setbacks, overlooking the significance of your constant returning. It's easy to feel discouraged to the point of exhaustion. You concede so much power to the things that turn you back to you risk losing your own bearings. Yet the repeated returning is not a mistake. You are returning to your right place. And you may find that with each recommitment, you are gaining in skill and sight. So it's basically saying, like, when you're transitioning, when you're able to be here, you're able to truly appreciate where you were. Appreciate where you started, and appreciate you returning back home, and not thinking that, oh, if I go back to the beginning, then that means I'm starting over. Remember, sometimes the ending is the beginning. So you may be looking at it as, oh, I have to start all over, when in reality, you're right at the end of a certain cycle, and now you're beginning a new one. So look at it that way. You're starting to walk into a new power, a new strength, a skill. So whoever out there, if you've been worried about something or a job or opportunity or the way your life is going, remember that whatever ended for you recently, something better is on the horizon, and they want you to be centered in your heart space so you can be ready for this transition in your life, so you can be ready to gravitate towards the same place. Because remember, think of the same place as your heart center. Remember, we always want to go back to that place. That's always the same place. That's what they're referring to. Your heart center is the same place. It's the place that you would like to always be at, because it's where you're able to connect with yourself and other people in an authentic way. You're able to connect with your inner child. So that's what they're asking you. And remember, when you're able to be heart-centered, these deep-seated anxieties are not going to be there. They won't awaken. Like for example, like when I was lost, although I was frustrated, I was calm. Like I knew at that moment I cannot allow myself to have so much anxiety, like, because I felt like there was no time for me to freak out, because I didn't feel like I was in danger. I just felt like I needed to return back to where I came. So I told myself, I'm not gonna freak out, because although I feel like I'm lost in this place, I don't know where I'm going, but I feel like I will also return back to where I came. So that's what they're asking y'all, like, to curb your anxiety. I know it can be hard because I have anxiety as well, but it's not saying like to forget about it. It's just saying that don't get into that headspace where you have to ruminate and overthink things that are just lies. Remember, it said the danger here lies. Like the word lies get to me, because like we tell lies to ourselves. We tell ourselves that, oh, I'll never get a job, or I'll never have a soulmate, or I'll just never do this, I'll never be that. Like for all of you out there, this is like a collective message. This applies to anybody, whatever situation that you're in. That's a lie that you're telling yourself. And the reason why, because you're not here. You're not at your heart center. You're not grounded. You're not able to connect with yourself in an authentic way, which means that when you're not connecting with yourself in an authentic way, you feel like anything else that you feel like you would like to achieve that's really for your highest good, that it's not there, that you're not good enough for that manifestation. You're not good enough for that job or that relationship or whatever resonates with you. You're telling yourself a whole bunch of lies so your ego can feel how do I say this? It's like you're fueling your ego with these lies. It's like your ego you play off of that. It'll eat that and use that against you, and a lot of the times that will bleed into your subconscious. So randomly there are times where these lies that you have told yourself will come up in situations that are not necessarily for it to come up in, if that makes any sense, that are not helpful. So don't tell yourself these lies. And look, it says when you see meaning only in setbacks. It's like sometimes we like to think that when we have setbacks or when we have obstacles in our way, that, oh, then that means this is not my path. Then that means that, maybe I should just, leave or not do this no more. When in reality, like, you're not looking at the gift as an opportunity that the divine is trying to give you. You're not really paying attention to it. You're not necessarily showing gratitude for whatever is really in front of your face. Remember, these lies are illusions. These illusions that you put up for yourself, so you're not able to see anything past that. Okay, so 4 is the action. So walking in the center, returning alone. This is a balanced, naturally moderate way of moving, coming from your center. You wake up to your inner guidance and begin to act accordingly, going on your own pace in your own direction. Heeding your own intuition. This often means moving away from a group towards solitude, following an inner standard, no longer moved by others' influence or expectations. So it's saying like the action that y'all are taking, or the action that it wants you to take right now, is basically saying like some of y'all are just not balanced in a way that will allow you to move. So remember, if you're not balanced here, nothing else will be able to follow behind. So it's like they want you to become balanced and to move in a way that that will allow you to return back home. And it says like once you return back home to your authentic place, you'll be able to awaken your inner guidance, your intuition, and then you're able to think strategically, and you're able to actually make decisions on your own behalf that serves you. And it says this often means moving away from a group towards solitude. So sometimes some of y'all need to distance yourself from certain people that are not for you no more. And only you can know what that means for you. Or this means that maybe solitude will be great for you right now. Do things that only serve you at this moment. Like, yes, you can still interact with people, but like maybe go to the park, go meditate by yourself, like do something that will actually allow you to be in touch with your intuition or your higher self or your inner child, that will allow you to go within, so you won't have to seek answers that's without. Because once you do that, it says you will no longer be moved by others' influence or expectations. Like, it doesn't matter, like these lies and illusions that you put up for yourself, you will no longer have to meet anybody's expectations or their validation. You don't need any of it, because you're your own walking truth. You know what the truth is for yourself. You know how to connect with yourself in an authentic way. You know how to go back to your heart center. Even there are times where you may divert from your path, you know how to get back home, especially if you have been caught in lies from yourself or other people. You know how to return back to that place that actually makes you feel at home, that actually allows you to go within. So yeah. Let me go to the last one. So yeah, like if you just find yourself in this energy right now, just know that wherever you are in the world, it can be a job opportunity, whatever it is that you want to happen for yourself is going to happen. You need to connect with your heart perception, connect with your heart center. then you're able to transition, then you're able to take action. Because once you do that, you're able to be here. You're able to succeed. You're able, and remember, define your own, well, how do I say this? Whatever success means to you, that's what that means to you. Redefine that. Don't redefine it in the society standards or the way they look at it. Redefine it for yourself so you can continue to move forward. Because a lot of times when we tell ourselves that success looks like this, that it really doesn't. Sometimes people, success is different from yours. So success to you could be waking up in the morning, or just getting a cup of coffee, or driving safely to a place. Like, it doesn't have to be that small or anything. It can be anything that makes you feel comfortable. Because if you're telling yourself lies about success means I need a 401k, then it means I need to have a family at this age, I need to have this much money. Like, you're telling yourself that lie. There's nothing wrong with having that, but where is that coming from? Society, because it seems like society wants women and men to have a certain lifestyle, that white picket fence and that family, when in reality that's not how life is. It doesn't really work like that. Maybe it worked like that in the 80s because everybody was doing the same shit, everybody was so closed-minded, but now people are starting to awaken to their true authentic self. So make sure you're following your own divine path and recreating the word success and what that means to you, and not allowing other people's expectations or influences or anything to morph that definition for you. Because when you find that you're able to recreate that definition or anything else that society has made you believe that certain things should be this way, you'll be able to move forward effortlessly. Anything else outside of you won't even affect you. You're just like, nah, I'm good at the end of the day. Okay, so great vigor. It says let me see if I can see this. With great vigor, you stand upright and robust, full of resilient energy, inspired and animated by strong purpose. You are ready to wield your strength like a hero. To yield results, you will need to act with steadiness and consistency, standing in your own strength, but without mistaking it for omnipotence. I think I said that right. I don't know. How will you use your power? Where do you stand? So I'm already liking this, how it transitioned. Like, now I'm thinking about, look, this is your heart center. This is your transitioning energy, and this is your action that you need to take. Which is crazy how I just like did that. So this is where you will transition into. This is when, once you connect with your heart center, because this card was telling you what to do. This card was basically saying like, hey, you're not connected in this way just because you're allowing lies and illusions to get in your way on your divine path. You're not connected. You're not grounded. You need to take a deep breath and really, I'm trying to fix these cards, sorry. You need to take a deep breath and really reflect. Go into solitude. Make sure that you're good at the end of the day, that your energy is balanced. And then once you do that, you're able to transition to this energy where you're resilient at the end of the day. You continue to push forward regardless of the obstacles or the challenges in your way. You don't look at it as like, you're not looking at it as a setback and saying, oh my God, like this is not it. Like maybe this is a sign. You're looking at it as, okay, how do I get over this? Because a lot of times you will know when you run into a dead end. Those dead ends will tell you clearly. It will throw up a red flag in your face and say, oh, this is not for us. We have to do something else. And that means that you're not turning back around, but you're going to another path that resonates with you. But here it's basically saying that this resilient energy will continue to push you forward. That you don't have you have soft skin, you have thick skin. That anything that does try to come your way, it won't necessarily affect you because you've seen it all. You're like, dude, I've been there, done that. Like, I know how to get over this. And even if it comes in a different form, you still know how to acclimate because you're so resilient. And then, like, inspired and animated by strong purpose. Like, you know that you have a purpose at the end of the day. That wherever it is that you see yourself moving towards, that you're destined for greatness. I used to say that to myself all the time, even when I was young, that I was destined for greatness. Like dead ass. Like, I believe that to the day I fucking died. Like, I'm destined for fucking greatness. And y'all should say that to y'all. That could be a affirmation for y'all. I am destined for greatness. Like, continue to say that. It says to yield results, you will need to act with steadiness. It's like once you transition, you'll be able to act in a way that's actually for your highest good. You're able to act from your heart center. You're able to act from an authentic place. You won't allow other people's opinions of your expectation of you morph you into the person that you would like to become. So you will be able to move forward in an authentic way, and it will be effortless at the end of the day. You won't feel like you're trying so hard, because remember, know the difference between being resilient and trying hard at something that doesn't work for you. Resilience is not for, like, a lot of people don't embody resilience. I'm not saying that they can never do that. They just don't believe that that's who they are. They don't believe that they're able to get past obstacles. So they have this illusion as to where I'm not resilient enough. I can't get over this hurdle, so it doesn't mean that this is not for me. No, stop looking at that setback as a negative thing. Look at it as a positive, because every time you like run into a challenge or a thing that you feel like it's going to set you back, look at it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself. First and foremost, try to look at it that. And once you continue to do that, then you'll be able to discern between like setbacks, which I call opportunities, and things that are not for you. You're able to recognize those red flags before you even step foot into that door. You're able to say, your intuition will let you know, like, hey, this is not for us. It's fine. Let's just go back, or let's go another way, a route. So, and let me read the card is kind of, the oracle part is kind of small. It says, I'm not going to read it again because it's the exact same thing. So let me read the changing lines for it. I didn't expect this reading to be so long. So remember, we were at line, I'm trying to see if I can. So remember, these are still y'all's changing lines. Okay, I can't read the way the pages are set up for this, so I'm gonna have to read it off because it's not gonna fit. Okay, so line number 2, remember, line 2 is your heart's perception. So the demands and opportunities of the moment can be overwhelming. Steady yourself, remember your purpose. It's stronger than the circumstances, and so are you. Put your principles into practice all the time, all your life. So it's basically saying, like, the demands and opportunities of the moment can be overwhelming, but that's okay, because you're still at your heart center. You're still acting from an authentic place. It's like, you're human at the end of the day. You're going to be tired. You're going to be overwhelmed with, it can be anxiety or anything, but don't allow that to cloud your judgment. Don't allow that to change your heart's perception. Always remember to return home at the end of the day. Remember, don't look at that anxiety or those issues or whatever you want to call it as a setback. Look at it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself. Because when people, you know how people become resilient when they continue to go through shit, but they're able to make it past that storm. That's what I like to say about spirituality. Some people think that people who are on their healing journey or whatever, it's like demonic, y'all going to hell and blah, blah, blah. Dude, for us spiritual people or on our healing journey, whatever you want to call it, we go through our own personal hell so we can get right where we are now and further in the future. It's like we have our own personal hell. We have our tower moments in our instances in our lives where we go through certain things that allow us to continue to move forward, allow us to build up on that resiliency so we can continue to fight the good fight. We're not going to allow things to get us down. Like, sometimes we'll take a breath and have to ground ourselves, because sometimes it can be hard. But at the end of the day, we know that we have a strong purpose. We know that we can't sit there forever. We know that we have to get our ass up and continue to move forward. So that can be y'all right now. Y'all can feel like y'all can be in this energy, or y'all can be like in your heart space where sometimes you can just feel like everything's overwhelming at this point. Remember, I'm here to tell you, regardless if you're in this energy or not, remember your purpose at the end of the day. Remember why you started something, especially if you feel like you're on your divine path, or whatever you want to call, you on the path that resonates with you. You're going towards your passion, a job, relationship, or anything that actually you know is meant for you, and not because you feel like there's no illusion or delusion about it, but this is the actual truth, your own living truth. So it's okay to feel overwhelmed, because I feel overwhelmed all the fucking time. But remember your purpose. Remember, I am destined for greatness at the end of the day. Okay, so next we're going to transition. It says, line 3, here are 2 ways you can engage with an awkward situation. There's the noble's way, using the net. He senses the currents of the situation, allows what he does not want to pass him by without resistance, and waits patiently. He can see that the most direct approach is not necessarily the easiest. And there is a way of the small person who lacks an imagination applies all the power he has. Just because he can, this is not a safe option in the long run. Forging ahead by main strength alone. Determined and blind to circumstances. Sooner or later, he will encounter an immovable limit. The ram only discovers these challenging the hedge and exhausting his power. So it's like, for line number 3, like with y'all transition, because remember, y'all have 2 hexagrams at the end of the day. So, like I said, however you see yourself in these cards, you can be here now, or you can be here now, or you could be moving here. Like I said, wherever you see yourself. But regardless, that the changing lines from this card, is transitioning into this card. So this is the energy that you're transitioning to at this moment. So like, for example, so line 3, the transition phase, is basically saying like y'all can look at this 2 ways when you're transitioning, right? Before you start to act on anything, you can be noble about it. You can go about it in a way that you're strategic and you're not allowing illusions or delusions to get in your way of what's really meant for you. Or you can do the fool's errand. You can lack imagination and strategically and lack a lot of sense when it comes to going towards something that you want, because it says that when you lack that like thinking about things strategically or not being, in your heart center, then you exhaust all of the power that you have. It's like you're fighting against something that's not there. And then divine is letting you know, like, some of y'all seem to be fighting against something that's not there. So you have to open your eyes and truly look at what it is that's really in front of you. You know how sometimes we wash our hair, and I do this all the time, how you think there's soap in your eye, but there's not soap, because you open your eye and you're like, oh, I'm tripping. It's literally the same thing. It's like you're literally thinking that there's something there when it's not. So you're exhausting your power. So you can go about this 2 ways. You can either exhaust your power, or you can build upon your power by following your heart in an authentic way. And then it says like, he senses the currents of the situation. So I mean, when he senses something, that means his intuition is on 10. It's like some of y'all intuition is starting to become on 10, that you're not reacting to the world, but you're responding to it in a healthy, strategic way, to where you can make sure that you're good at the end of the day, and you make sure you're able to return to your heart center without any illusions standing in your way. And then it says he does not want he allows what he does not want to pass him by without resistance, and waits patiently. So it's like, remember, what's meant for you will not pass you by. Sometimes it's like, that's true. I believe that to be true. But sometimes we can fuck up an opportunity because we're not centered, or we're not grounded, or we just don't want to see it because we're telling ourselves a bunch of lies. It's like, I believe what is meant for you will not pass you by, but I do sometimes think that sometimes we can fuck up certain situations, or not situations, but opportunities that has not passed us by, if that makes any sense. Sometimes we don't have the right mindset when it comes into certain things, and that although you can still change your energy, it's basically saying that some of y'all's manifestations are coming into fruition quickly, and it's around the corner, and that y'all need to make sure y'all grounded at the end of the day. So whatever, if this is a relationship or anything that resonates with you, you don't want to allow your energy to cloud your judgment or your intuition to where you're not able to think from a healthy place. Okay, and the last one is the action. So this is the action that y'all, it says persistence pays off. Remember, resilience and persistence. Bruh, this shit resonates. It says the barriers that trapped you are overcome. The past and all its patterns are left behind. You break through no loss of momentum and not weaken. Remember, this is the action that you're taking. Like, once you continue to stay resilient, especially if you're in this energy, remember, great vigor, you're going to continue to move forward. It's like your hard work is paying off for whoever you are in the world. If you feel like nothing is going for you, you feel like things are going slow, remember that everything is happening as it should at this moment, and things will come into fruition for you. You just need to take a deep breath. Remember, be centered in your heart space. be able to have a clear mind so you can see where you're going, so you can have tangible goals, so you can see how you feel like you can move forward from an authentic place, and then you'll be able to take action upon it. Then you're able to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, it says, how does this become possible? Not through the power of horses or the weight of the cart, but through the flexible, supple strength hidden away in the axle straps. These are the connections that hold everything together. Like, for example, the connection between what you know and what you do, and allow the strength you exert to translate into continuous forward movement. Invigorate connection, and you can break free. Remember, so it talks about a strength that's like unparalleled, that's like not even of this world. Like, all of us have that type of strength. We have that strength within us. Like, our intuition it has a strength on its own that it wants you to connect with your intuition. So once you take this action, you will find yourself weathering storms in an effortless way. You'll be like, damn, like, I was here, but now I'm at the end of here. Like, how did I get here so fast? And you know how, because you had this power, this strength that was unparalleled, that wasn't matched by this world, this physical 3D world. That power came from the 5D. That the divine backed you up when it came for you to continue to move forward, because they wanted to help you and they wanted you to see how powerful you are. Remember, at the end of the day, you are a multi-dimensional being, that you are capable of doing many great things in this life. They just want you to be aware of that. They want you to be self-aware. Remember, at the end of the day, we are all chosen. We all came down here for a purpose, but a lot of us are not going to be aware of our power and our strength. But that's okay. But you can still come onto that. You can still realize how great you are at the end of the day. Remember, I am destined for greatness. So yeah, that's the so remember, that's the card for that one. So this is, remember, wherever you see yourself, but your heart, your transitioning energy, and now this is the action. Remember how it has remember how heart, transition, action, but I've talked about the changing lines, about taking action in each of these. Remember, wherever you see yourself in these, that's why I read upon the action and how you see yourself like in the foreseeable future or moving forward. So remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. So now we're at the talking stick, like the viewpoints and the options. And right now, what I'm looking at, like, before I even read the thing, it's basically like saying that, like, the divine is now, like, they're handing you this talking stick. They're handing you opportunities. Like, they're giving it to you right in your hand. It's like, it's right in your face, and all they want you to do is take it. The divine can't give you something that you do not want, because it's going to be a waste of time. They're going to be like, there's no point of me even, stretching out my hand or giving you something when you don't want it, or if you're not ready for it. So they're trying to give you something. They just need you to pay attention. They need you to be aware and wake up. Okay, so I'm at an hour, but it's okay though. I'm thinking about posting this as the podcast, but I would like the podcast to be like one on its own, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, the talking stick. I don't know if y'all can see this. Okay, it says the talking stick reminds us of the validity of other viewpoints and teaches us how to listen and apply what we hear. We are being reminded not to interrupt others who are imparting wisdom. We are taught through listening that life has millions of options and answers to any dilemma. If the talking stick has appeared in your spread, you are probably not allowing yourself any options in your present situation, or have become too stuck on one idea to see any further than your self-created tunnel. Open up and listen to the opportunities that the talking stick says are coming your way. Remember, all the life signals or options are available to those who will hear. You are being given an opportunity to grow through an alternative route. Use this gift now. Then at the top it says the lessons we learn on each spoke brings us closer to the wholeness and harmony. Disdain for those who have not learned these lessons will not serve in bringing harmony. So, like I said, it says that the divine is trying to give you this talking stick. They're trying to either give you some wisdom or some advice that's coming your way soon, and they want you to be ready to receive it, because this will help you, like, push you along forward on your divine path or whatever path that you see yourself on. They're basically telling you that these are also opportunities that are coming your way, and they want you to truly open your eyes and see what these are. You know what I'm saying? And they're just basically saying like I had said earlier, it's like they're not gonna give you something that you don't want. Especially if you don't see it for yourself, it's like it's not gonna create harmony within yourself. They can give you something, but you're still not gonna be harmonious. You're still not gonna be connected with your heart center, because at the end of the day, it's like someone telling you who truly loves you, or someone who cares about you, or someone giving you a compliment. Someone does that for you, you're like, oh no, I don't believe it. It's like they want you to believe it. They want you to believe in the power that you behold within yourself, and that they're doing that by giving you this opportunity to see how truly powerful you are, and how gifted and skilled you are, especially if you're in a situation where you don't see yourself out. If you feel like you're looking for a job and can't find one, or you're looking for a divine purpose, like, they're letting you know that something is coming your way, and it's coming quickly. It's not coming like, years and years from now. It's coming your way, or it may have already came, but they still want you to open your eyes to these opportunities. They want you to truly look at the wisdom that this change is about to bring for you. Because remember, this is the action. Remember, when you have wisdom from certain situation or anything that comes your way, you'll be able to act upon that. You're able to take that with you. It's like a badge of honor, that wisdom that you have on you, you'll be able to apply it to any situation in your life. And then any storms you feel like you're finna walk into, remember, your power and your strength is unparalleled. It will be effortless. You won't have any trouble. You may be overwhelmed, but at the end of the day, you'll still be able to make it out. You'll still be able to have energy at the end of the day to apply that energy to an action that you would like to take towards something. So they're letting you know that there's something coming your way, and they want you to take action. And then the only action that you need to take is by opening up your heart center. Remember, opening up your heart. Being open, transitioning, trying to learn how to transition, then taking action. Because once you're here and you're open to this, then you're able to take action. You're able to take this opportunity, this wisdom, anything that resonates with you, and you're actually able to apply it to your life and to continue to move forward on your path. Okay, that is it for today's message. Again, if you guys would like to follow me on my Spotify, definitely show me some love. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, to my channel. I'm trying to get my channel up. The whole purpose of me doing this is for me to establish a relationship with myself. By me helping heal others will allow me to heal myself, because I'm able to see my own energy in this. Remember, we're all connected on a collective level, like on the same consciousness. Although we are individuals, our souls come from the same place. It comes from source. So I just feel like by doing this, I do myself a great service, and other people, is because I'm able to connect with y'all on a different level. Like, I feel like establishing a relationship with yourself, building a strong bond within yourself, will allow you to create healthy relationships outside of you. You're able to attract people that are for you, and you're able to go for opportunities that are meant for you. You're able to be in a heart-centered place. You're able to be connected with yourself. You're able to live life effortlessly in a harmonious way. I feel like our relationship with ourselves is the most important thing at the end of the day in this world, because we're able to live our life out authentically. Think about how, if there were a lot of people in this world who lived their life in an authentic way, think about how we would have different companies, and then a lot of us will be able to eat healthier, have healthier lifestyles. We won't be so bogged down by the society and by the way they have these ridiculous ass standards. It's like, if we were all to live from an authentic space or a place or just a mindset, we will all be able to connect with each other, and there won't be like so much division in this world. We won't look at each other as different colors or ethnicities or sexuality preference or anything. We're able to just look at each other and accept one another for who we are, and not have to question somebody's life choices because we don't agree with it. We're able to understand, like, I was once there, although I didn't go about my life the way you did, but it's going to take, it takes a different form, and I get it, and I understand, I have compassion for you. Like, compassion will be extended, like, beyond this world that, we can't even comprehend. Compassion is such an important thing. So, yeah. Again, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all later.